Mhm. Mm. 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 Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Today, today I think we are going to finish joining the circular main bus way out there in the desert. A glorious creation rising from the dune, hovering above the dunes like a square UFO that's landing. If we could just get a few thousand more stacks of all-clad aluminum sheets. Wow, those guys are going slow. So let's see what else we can get. Meanwhile, I see that we need some more. Oops, we did not need any of those, as a matter of fact. But we need some of those. Oh yeah, we actually do need more of these. Wow. Very, and we don't have any more there. What about here? A few. It's a good thing you got time to make more because you're going to need it. Low on iron plates. Does my mouse need maintenance this morning? It looks like it does. My clicky button is being picky. Alright, if we pull stuff down from the cloud, and that makes our home base way back on the other side of the map contribute as well, even though it doesn't seem to like doing that very much. There we go. Steel beams, iron rods. Oh, we have iron rods in the cloud as well. That'll add to our total. Okay. See how these guys are doing on cooking up steel beams. If they have another 8,600 for us or so. Most likely not, but who knows? I don't know. Oh, you might just have them. No, you don't. You need about 4,500 short. Oh. All right. No more steel beam stress for this. This is definitely the heavy lifting. After this, we don't have to do anything that's this resource intensive, I don't think, ever again. Everything else is more reasonable baby steps. We're just building a monstrosity, so we need monster quantities of everything. Quick wire. Do we have any quick wire? Although I think copper sheets, we definitely do not. Where are they accumulating at? Copper sheets are accumulating here. Not quite half, but close. And do we have anybody else who's not contributing? Nope, everybody's feeding into the centralized location. So, just waiting for enough all-clad aluminum sheets to build another segment, I guess. We have 16 segments to build. And that should be enough to build about 2 of them on the aluminum. And we need to give the copper sheets and the aluminum some time to recover their numbers. Oh, look, you got a few more, don't you? Only 35,000 to go. Giddy up. All right. So I have a hypertube here that'll take me closer to the area where we're going to build. Guess a little audio wouldn't hurt. Alright, we got these connected. So, next piece is a hub. I have not installed Discord. How you doing with the blueprints? Good morning, how are you? Oh yeah? Do you have a way to send me screenshots or something? Which one don't you understand? There's a turbo fuel and a rocket fuel. Or are you talking about the 24 generators that are all strapped together? That's not my blueprint. That's not my blueprint. But the way it works, I'll show you. Hold on, because I have I have a couple of them installed over here. At least my modified version of it, right? Okay, red on the inside. I think I can do. One one more piece before I have to go back. Oh. One more piece. Hold on. So the thing is, the turbo fuel, I made a special version of it that burns exactly 180 a minute, which is exactly the output of that. Which I didn't have to do anything to modify that. Now let me go back over to where my fuel generator is, and I'll show you. So I never did hook this up to power because I never got past the part where I was just building it, huh? About, there you go. Okay, so the generator, okay, so right here, the rocket fuel, this one, the blueprint for this is called RF 500 with burners or something, right? And the dedicated one that's for turbo fuel, it's called like rooftop rocket fuel or something. And it's made to sit on top of this, But even if it doesn't, like I have one that's standing by itself without this whole circular system over at the Blue Crater, and I just extended the ramp all the way down to get up in there. So when you first build the blueprint, you're going to come inside here, and you're going to find the rocket fuel version, there's no pumps here. In the turbo fuel version, there's pumps because that's a liquid, but this is a gas. So the first thing is inside, these two valves are going to be closed. You want to start off with them closed. And you want to wait. Yeah, getting the parts is the hardest. So you want to wait. This has two reserve tanks that they're like smashed into each other. So you have to move the mouse very carefully to select each of them. They fill up at the same rate. The thing is, you want there to be mostly at the same rate, not quite. See, that one has more in one side than it has in the other. But you want to wait till there's at least 600 in each tank, and probably the more the merrier. Because each of these generators needs to fill up, and they take 50 each. And the way this is wired up inside, there's 12 generators hooked up to each input here, right? So I changed this to say 250 rocket fuel. In the smaller version, it says 180 turbo fuel. But see, in this blueprint, each of these is max overclock. In the turbo fuel version, they are not overclocked. So you hook this up at first, and you just let the generator run. I mean, you let the fuel thing run until you have at least 600 in these reserve tanks, and then go inside and open the valves. That's how it works. Because otherwise, it's burning exactly 500, and the things, yeah, they're two valves. And the factory's making exactly 500. So if you hook it up from the beginning, when it sends out its first spurt, that thing consumes it right away, and you're always locked in like this start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And you never get, it takes a really long time to even out anyway, because there's so many things for it to, there's so many little reserve tanks to fill up with rocket fuel. But that's how it works. Yeah, you gotta. And when I downloaded the blueprint from the original guy who designed it, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, but he does. He's a very popular blueprint designer. Um, he explains it that if you let it fill for about 10 minutes before you open the valves, then you're going to get a lot less wavy lines. So that's why it's like that. There's a couple other things like that you need to understand about my factories. Let me explain about the heavy modular frames, because that one's got some weird stuff going on that won't be super apparent, right? Did you figure out how to set up the bus system? If you just want to use a short chunk of it, then you take this blueprint right here. Oops. Mark 5 return X3. And see how there's 30 loops? Just put that. Oh, okay. Yeah. At the end. All right. Okay, so this is the heavy modular frame factory, right? And as you can see, it needs a lot of stuff. And it gets stuff from the ingot level. You know, you need 519 steel ingots and 150 iron, you know, so you need all your metallurgy set up. And it takes in rubber and everything. Now, it uses steel screws inside, right? It uses steel screws inside. So, and it only makes like 17 a minute. Okay, let me know when you come back so I explain this to you. Because it's complicated. It's complicated until you understand it, and then it's really simple. Okay, fortunately, that consumed a lot of time, that explanation. So maybe we have enough all-clad aluminum sheets to build some more base. We still need 13 more pieces in place. Come here. Come over to this base. It's nicer. We got a visitor. I hope it's a friendly one. I don't like the unfriendly visitors. Well, that should be enough to build 2 or 3 more pieces. I feel better. How are we on iron plates again? It's going to be a very joyous moment when the last blueprint falls into place. Iron rods are very close to target. Very close to target. Iron plates are taken care of. Quick wires taken care of. Quartz crystals at half. I don't want to fill up my inventory with it because we need so much of it. Copper sheets. Copper sheets are continuing to stress me out. What if we steal some of this stuff? Well, that took care of the plastic requirement. But didn't we have... Okay, well, no. That's all the copper sheets we have available right now. No matter how... Oh, wait, no, we have some back at the home base. We can pull some down from the cloud. That'll speed things up. I can get 3 stacks anyway. Uh-huh. Well, maybe not. I have already done that. It seems that I forgot to speed that up. Okay. Well, that's not a solution either. Either way, we'll need the aluminum sooner. I just realized something I can do to fill up that copper sheet quota stat. Okay. All right, and we're back to go look for all clad aluminum sheets before we can proceed. Only 10 more sections to build by my calculations. How am I getting power from up above? I have no idea. Oh, that's connected. Okay, it is connected, it's just not built. The lights haven't switched on because it's, there we go, that one's finished drawing. Now that one is too. Alrighty. Oh, hey, Williams. Appreciate it, man. Okay. I get back over to where the building materials are being produced. Ah. You know what? The hyper tubes would be better placed down below. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't. Anything down there just gets in the way of the logistics. It makes it impossible to move around. Okay. Oh, man. I just realized the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing. I've been sitting here sinking ingots the whole time, and I could have been storing them. Hold on. Okay, mister. You want to start being a jerk right away, huh? Now, on copper sheets, I just figured out a solution. Oh, come on. Why do you halt every time I go to sample something? No, 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 no. Okay, I'm going to save this game and reload it just to get rid of a bug. Is there... This is a good time to find out if there's key binding. No quick save. Buttons, whatever. Okay, let me solve this problem first. And load that. Do you know if this game has okay, so there is no quick save feature in Satisfactory, isn't that special? So my amazing idea was I have way too much wire in my life. So let's go copper sheets instead, guys. How about that? We're sleeping on copper sheets tonight, baby. Copper sheets, copper sheets, copper sheets, copper sheets, copper sheets, copper sheets, and copper sheets. Now we got to get rid of all this wire they're holding on to. I need the smart splitter. It's not as smart as he thinks he is, but you. Okay, so you're going to send wire out that way. So is your brother. How was your visit? Was it the Jehovah's Witnesses? Huh. Well, that deal with it later factory cannot be made. Do I have a deal? I thought I had a regular. Yeah, Okay, well that one needs a lot more steel pipes, which I have here. In the steel factory, It was your physical therapist. We got rid of him really quick. Is he in the freezer now or something? How'd you get rid of your physical therapist that quickly? Are they okay? Is there something we need to know? Or was it one of those 15? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, that's definitely enough for a storage unit. All right, so now you are going to get this wire and hang on to it for me for a little while. And you up top, where are you? There you are. You are going to get these copper sheets for me. Nice. Okay. Now we have significantly more copper sheet distribution. Copper sheet production, I mean. And when that fills up, we might even be in a little bit of trouble. It's a lot. And then I need another one of these 16. These 16 load balanced assembler things I'm finding to be extremely useful. Just having 16 assemblers all wired up and ready to go. Really, they're very fast. Once you get them going. It just takes a lot of time to set up the recipes, you know. I wish there was some kind of a network system where you could hook up all your machines together. And then if you made a change to one of them, it would change them all. I think there might be a mod that you can do that with, but I don't know how to use it or what it is. I think somebody was mentioning that you need to learn some programming languages in order to run it, and it might be worth it, but shit, I'm still, as you know, I still don't even know how to do Discord. Oh man, we're gonna make our copper sheet quota without ever even needing any of this stuff. That's crazy. Let's shut down the ingot production because pretty soon our next challenge is going to be how to get rid of all this extra crap. Yeah, copper sheets are taken care of. We just can't tell from here. Okay, all clad. Oh my god. Really doing good on those. We can make a lot more pieces with that. And let me take these guys. Oh, you know what? Where did we? Why did I cut off those copper ingots when we needed them so bad? Where are the ingots? Come here, ingots. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's where you go over to make the all-clad aluminum sheets for that other guy. I need the rest of you over here with my new favorite blueprint. Okay. The copper ingots are what we need the least of, so they go there. The aluminum ingots go just as a guess. Can we do 10 in each container? I need a load balancer on. I need to improve this blueprint a lot. A single injection point would be so much better. But the reason there's 4 is because they won't load balance fast enough with the sheets with the logistics that you start the game out with, you know. So it's kind of giving you a head start on load balancing so you can have fast results. Alright, seems this needs faster distribution. Mark 3 there. There we go. Now we've got more production than we can even move. So how are we on? Let's see how we're doing over here on copper sheets, because that's the stuff that just parked. Wow, it's still getting rid of overstocked wire. Wow. That's all right. So what do we got for all clad aluminum sheets over here? Well, nearly halfway there. Nearly half. This should help quite a bit if I get the bugs in. Do I have teams? Can I package nitrogen? I have a nitrogen packaging solution, yeah. I did a save where I had to package all the nitrogen in the map. I don't know if I can package nitrogen right now in this save though. I can't remember. I think so. I think so because I've got all the unlocks before phase, before the final phase. I just have to complete these elevator parts. Wow, it already used up all the aluminum ingots I gave it. Thirsty boy. Eight stacks. I need a load balancer for this stat. This is wasting too much time, but We are very nearly at the point where we never have to do this again. Oh well, last dude got screwed on the load balancing, whatever. Hit you first next time, buddy. Okay, so we got all that. More than half the all-clad aluminum sheets are done. Alright, you guys are just giving up your old supply. Alright, fine. Alright. I think we can go build at least 5 more segments while we're waiting for more supplies. Yes, and actually, honestly, packaging nitrogen, especially if you're going to put it on a train or something like that, is really good because nitrogen compresses in this game 4 to 1 when you package it. So, like one canister of packaged nitrogen unpacks to 4 cubic meters of nitrogen gas. So it compresses it significantly. The problem is you need some kind of a system to give the bottles back. Because as you package and unpackage, you're just generating a lot of bottles. I set up a train system in one save, but it was kind of a creative mode save, so I don't know how well it worked. Really good, but I needed like 9 industrial containers of nitrogen of canisters at each spot. Use drones. Drones would be you know what? Much better idea, especially once you have rocket fuel going on. But you'd have to reconfigure your rocket fuel burners to burn just a little bit extra to fuel the drones, or make like a dedicated rocket fuel factory just for packaged drone fuel. The best drone fuel is nuclear rods, but of course then you've got little radioactivity buzzing all over your map. Hold on a minute. Take a quick smoke break. A no-input rocket fuel blueprint. Does it use like extractors that are already placed or something? Like somebody hacked an extractor into a blueprint and that makes it produce no matter where it is? I think that's the thing. Like water extractors and constructors. They don't go in blueprints, but if you do manage to get one into a blueprint, it'll work no matter what. Okay, I have a grocery delivery inbound, and I don't know how long that guy's going to take, but I got to be available for him. So if I run off, that's why. Okay, so the next piece I need is a hub piece. That one. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks in to make it match up. And away we go. Like I have that water extractors field blueprint that I gave you, right? And that I have that deployed over here. You see that where my cursor's pointing? That's the same guy that did the fuel generators, but I modified that blueprint for my own use. It's got 20 water extractors all jammed together. And they're all overclocked to the hilt. So it has, it's 20, sorry, it's not 10, it's 20. So there's 20 water extractors. They take up about as much space as maybe 4 water extractors normally. They're all overclocked and hooked up together so that each of the 10 outputs does 600. All right. 8 more pieces. Okay, can we do another segment before we have to go home? Yes. Just barely one more. And maybe even one more. Dimensional depots are working very hard. There's no way I can go one more though. Yeah. Well, nope. Down to 24 quartz crystals. Those are not going to fill very quickly from the dimensional depot. to reality. It's tiny little gap remaining, tiny little gap. Five more sections to hook up. Do I have 7,000 more aluminum sheets? 35 stacks. 35 stacks of all-clad aluminum sheets. Do I have them? I know the quartz crystal's been waiting for me since Christmas, but and the copper sheets, there's no way we don't have that. Alright, first of all, let's check on our makeshift all-clad aluminum sheets. Factory, how did that 16 load balanced assemblers array work out for us? Really good. Let's grab the copper sheets while we're over here. There we go. We don't need to worry about those for a while. Quartz crystals are all ready to go right here. Boy, we have a lot of quartz crystals to dump when we're done with this. Alright, and all we need now are some all-clad aluminum sheets. And I think we got them right up here. Wow, we are 1,000 short. Cutting it really close, but I think the dimensional depot can take it from here. That will generate more. Yep, 700. Come on, guys. All right. Yeah, when there's less than 600 to go, the job is done. Okay, and that'll be done by the time we get there. So we can go back and finish that right now. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm here. Yep. We have all the building materials. And we can start populating this with all of the factories in my spreadsheet and see how much we overshot the available space by. Hopefully it's enough for a nuclear setup. And I need to determine what side of this I want to leave open for expansion, and I think it is going to be the southern wall. So if we're going to expand this thing at any point, we go that way. I wonder if an inner ring would make any sense. I wonder what we would do over there. Oh, we could set up our personal stuff in there. Space elevator in the very center. The hub right next to it. Oh, yeah. So my desert hideaway is going to be really nice. Okay, so this is going to be an intermediate piece because that's a hub piece. And blue goes on the outside. So next one's a hub piece, right? Yes. Next is one of these. With the blue on the outside and the red on the inside. Okay. What? Oh no. Okay. Okay, the last piece is going in. I am gonna need a drum roll, please. This has taken how many hours? Many hours. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click. Save the game right there. $50, was it? 50 frickin' hours. 50 hours, main bus complete. Oh my god. Well, that'll be a good time to beat for next time. I think we've learned some things about where the bottlenecks are. Let's get the power hooked up to those last pieces that we just made. And we can get all of our factories online. You hook up to you. You connect to you. Wait a minute. That's a walkway. That's not. Power junctions. Wait, why are these not lighting up? What did I screw up? Is this not connected here? There we go. Well, how about that, man? It only took me 50 hours. Wonder how many of those hours was waiting for materials. All right, electricity is complete throughout. Time to get my spreadsheet out. That tells me how many of each factory I need. All right, I need 2 aluminum 600, 2 aluminum 750. Ooh. And we probably need to install some hyper tubes throughout this for when we need to move around, because, man, getting around in this thing, once we unlock teleportation, I don't know how we're going to sort that. I need to develop a drone port design that hooks into this, you know? Definitely. So my other aluminum 600 could go on the side of this. Okay. No. Keep pressing the E button by accident, and that kind of resets my whole positioning thing. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 1 click to the left. Boom. Alright, if I get too far ahead of myself, we're going to end up doing a slug hunt before the proper time. So we need 3 plastic and 2 rubber. How many heavy modular frames factories did we need? I think 1, right? really just one? Fine. You still there, Mr. Blackbeard? Okay. So what I wanted to show you on the heavy modular frame factory is that this switch right here, if you run this for 10 to 20 minutes when you start it off, then you can load balance the steel beams within 10 to 20 minutes. And if you don't do that, it will take somewhere between 2 and 8 hours to get up to full production because it'll need more steel beams than it's getting. Hold on, I have a delivery. I'll be right back. Boy. All right. Useless grocery delivery, man. Green bananas and warm soda. Well, I ordered some soft drinks and some bananas and some milk and some ramen noodles and some meat. Uh, just basic groceries, dog food, you know. But the bananas were green, so I can't eat them right now. And the soda's warm, so I'm not going to drink it till it cools off. So everything else needs to be cooked for a while. I could guess I could have a glass of milk. I decided to be a good boy and not order any snacks. But I do have some cream cheese and crackers that I might get into later. Especially, well, since Angie's not around, she never lets me have any crackers. She finds them and then they're gone. She's the cookie monster. Alright, so I need to erase this because I want it over here. And I think these do have some glitch lifts where two of them printed instead of one. See that? And I think that one's even got three maybe. It's crazy. I might take a breakfast break within the next 30 minutes. I'm not sure yet. Okay, plastic, rubber. Another rubber. Okay, so heavy modulars is going to go here. That's why it has the kickstart in the name. Did you see the empty factory templates that I put in the package? So you could make your own factories that conform to the same aesthetic. Now, okay. This fused modular frame factory has another special feature. It's meant to be installed right next to the heavy modular frame factory. And the reason for that is that this makes exactly 10 heavy modular frames a minute, right? And this needs exactly 10 heavy modular frames a minute. And there's no other use in this whole production line for heavy modular frames except to feed this factory. So instead of sending heavy modular frames out to the main bus and making them travel all the way around there to get next door, I set up a little VIP side entrance. I think it's right here. Side loader for optional fused modular frame factory if attached, right? So your heavy modular, you just make that connection right there, which we're going to do. I need to save and reload because it's acting like it wants me to save and reload. And now that factory next door is going to be supplied with heavy modular frames, right? So And then and now this factory needs exactly like 700 or 750 aluminum ingots a minute. And that is a lot. Also, so I made a special aluminum ingot factory for it. But wait, we need the approach first. Hold on. Now there's various approaches. See, there's 4 of them. These 2 don't have switches, and these 2 do. And other than that, the only difference is one of them has a sink and a storage on top, and one of them doesn't. So for factories that you're not going to be storing their output at all, use the one without the storage and the sink just to save parts. And the elevator always goes on the side towards the main bus, away from the factory. So this is gonna come in right here. And then this needs to be fixed so it looks nicer. But somehow, where is it? Did I not label it? This is also made to send, there you go. But then where's the input for it over here? How did I have this set up? Did I just go out to the regular input? Now, wouldn't that look dumb? I need to go check my other setup and figure out how I did this. But I remember being unsatisfied with the aesthetics, so maybe I screwed it up. Maybe I did it just like I'm going to do it now, which is going to look pretty bad. Why can I not sample the conveyor? Here we go. There you go. Alright, that looks so spectacularly bad. I need to go see what I did in my other save. Hold on. Okay. a smoking break while that's loading. I'm almost out of smoky smoke. The plug's not going to be here for another couple hours. Okay, so what did I do? What kind of a mess did I make over here? What the fuck is up with that? Uh-huh. I just jammed a merger into there and sent it. Okay. Mystery solved. Nothing fancy. Can a merger go on there? It can. All right. Okie doke, at least it's in straight mode. But you know what would be cool? I was always thinking when I looked at this that it would be cool to put like some kind of housing on it. Like that, maybe. So the indestructible digital construct could be protected from the elements. And yet at the same time not. I use Steam. I think my Steam account is almost as old as Gavin. Why can't I get the arrow to face up? Why do you want to point down? There you go. Uh-huh. Wait, caps lock was on. There's not enough space in the sign. If I put the graphic, we have to do the text only version. Okay. Okay, modular frames, aluminum 750. Now getting this factory moving is what is holding us back from the next step. How do I use the friend code on Steam, man? Are you sure? Is that something you want to post in public chat? Okay, so heavy modular frames in order to run. It's going to need a rubber factory online. It's going to need iron and steel. Iron and steel are both already online. For the rubber, I need to go and get the petroleum, the oil. I wonder if it's time. Put it where you add a friend on Steam. Alright, it's time to gather resources from around the map. And I think this might be the moment when we start making train stations. So I'm going to sign out, figure out the train stations in my head, and then come back and set them up. Because we need a lot of oil, and we don't have any excuses to go running pipelines for miles and miles. So for the distant things like bauxite and nitrogen and coal, even maybe. No, coal's close enough. Well, I'll be looking at the spreadsheet, planning the stuff. And while I'm offline, Mr. Blackbeard, I'm going to add you on Steam. Figure out now. I'll figure out how to do that. Great. So we are still at 50 hours, I think.